Folks, Dennis Jr. here with Zager Guitars in Lincoln, Nebraska, with my father Denny Sr. in the recording studio this morning. Today we're going to be talking about our travel size, our baby travel guitar. And I lined them all up here just so you guys could see the size differences between our four sizes of guitar. And I'll run through these quick. Here on the left you have your travel. That's our smallest guitar. It's a 36-inch guitar. And then you go up to our parlor size guitar, which we just did a little show and tell on 2 minutes ago. You could check out that video too if you're interested in that guitar. And the main differences between these guitars, in brief, you're going to get a little bigger sound out of the parlor. If you need the absolute smallest guitar for travel, or maybe you have a child who wants the absolute smallest guitar, 5, 6, 7 years old, I usually recommend the travel size, the little one here. But 9 out of 10 times I'll usually recommend the parlor size, just because it has a bigger sound than the travel does. So kind of depends what you're after there. And then we have our OM size next in line, and then we have our full size ZAD50CE. And as with all guitars, no matter what the manufacturer builder, the bigger the box, the bigger the sound. That's just how it works. If you want the biggest sound, the big reach deep sound, always go with a full size guitar. If you're willing to give up a little and want something that's you can pull in closer under your arm, OMs are fantastic. The parlors even better. It's just a little bit smaller box again. You can pull it in close. And then if you want the ultimate in small size, then I usually recommend the travel. So I'm going to grab this one so my father and I can kind of demonstrate it and walk through it, talk about it just a little bit, do a little show and tell. You can listen to it. I'll be quiet and let you listen to it.
Well, if I can do it.
Now again, this is our smallest guitar. Most of our customers, going with this model are coming from like the Baby Taylors, the Small Martins, and again, the reason they're coming to these guitars, not only the playability, I hear more these days, is our bigger sound. And again, you're never going to have a giant sound out of a real small guitar, but because we do go with a little bit thinner with our custom bracing on our guitars, they do produce a bigger sound than other smaller guitars. So it's kind of tough finding a small guitar with a big sound, but I would highly recommend looking at our lineup if you want the most sound for the size. I'll look closer here. Again, for the new 2015s, they got the Z in abalone on the fretboard here. And I was just talking to my dad about that customer the other day who he had another brand. I won't name the brand. He paid more than what we're charging for our travel here. But he was wondering why his fret markers were all solid, or why ours were multicolored and not evenly white. And I kind of explained to him, trying to be as nice as I could, that he had plastic on his fret markers where we use real abalone on our guitars. So there are differences here. And again, back to our true bone nut, not plastic, bone, and our tusk saddle that we use on all of our guitars. And this guitar is built just like our $2,500 ZAD900s. In fact, this year we use the same headstock even, with the rosewood headstock. Flip it over here, Grover tuners, only the best. You only get this on the top end guitars. My father signs each one when he's done with his work. Down to the bottom peg, the same fine detail we put in all of our guitars. And we'll just look a little closer here. I had a customer ask me the other day why that wasn't printed, why the number was kind of, well, sloppy. I guess you could blame that on me. We hand number each one of our guitars. That's just the way we do it. Kind of old school, but that's just the way we've always done it, so we kind of stick with that. This is not an assembly line set up this way. These are handmade custom guitars. So yeah, let's play it a little more. Just let them listen to it. Very, very big and rich sound for a small guitar.
Well,
morning. We're still asleep, I think.
We sure are.
And again, travel size, I would recommend this. You know, it's funny. We have a lot of parents getting this for their children. I also have a lot of businessmen who keep these little monsters, as I call them, behind their desk at the office for their leisure. So it's a nice, you know, toss around guitar, something you can take with you. Easy to travel with. You know, if you take them in the overhead bins, you can do that easy on aircraft. Just a top quality guitar, made just like our most expensive models. It's just in a smaller package. So if that's what you're looking for. Now if you want just a little bit bigger sound, we come back here to our parlor size. This is going to give you, in fact, you know what, let's do a little back and forth here. Hold on, strum this, strum the trowel. Okay. Now let's swap it with the
These are tuned a little different.
With the parlor. You know, just a little bit fuller, richer sound because it's got a bigger box. It's just the way it is, but it's got a little more size to it too. So if you want the ultimate, it's
Quite a bit wider.
they're close. Let's put them down on the ground. I want to look top to top. I want to look at them top to top. Turn it this way. Whoops. Okay, now it's in discount. There we go, folks.
Yeah, we got them all.
So yeah, you see the parlor is a little bit thicker than, I'll kind of get it. Yeah, it's a little bit, there's a size disparity in depth, and naturally on the front size here, I'm going to line them back up here on my guitar wall here so you can see just a little bit between these two, because I have a lot of customers who are trying to decide between the parlor and the travel. And again, usually I recommend the parlor, but I mean, it depends. Again, if you want the ultimate smallest for travel, you have a child who wants the absolute smallest guitar, let's say you have a 5-year-old, 6, 7-year-old, I'd probably recommend the smallest travel. If they're any bigger at all, I usually recommend the parlor just because it's going to have that bigger sound. Playability, they're going to be identical on both. It's just a little bit difference in box size here. And then again, you have the OM size if you still want a bigger sound. My mom plays, she's 5'1", and she plays the parlor size most of the time. She also has an OM and loves that too. I don't know if she has a favorite between the two. They're both really comfortable, but just kind of depends what you're looking for. If you want acoustic electric, well then I'd be looking at the OM because I have those in acoustic electric. Occasionally we'll put in a custom electronics package in a parlor. If you really want that, email me and I can get you a quote on that. If my dad has time, we can do it. But so hopefully that helps make your decisions a little bit easier. Again, 100% money back guarantee, lifetime warranty on all of our guitars, so you're at no risk to try one. We pay shipping both ways. If you don't like it, there's no risk, kind of stress-free to buy it that way and test it out. And again, lifetime warranty. And if you have any other questions, don't be afraid to call or email. Someone's here 7 days a week. We will take care of you. Okay, until next video, take care, folks.